Good morning, Seaside. I'd like to invite everyone in the family room to please come in. We're getting started. I'm Rebecca Venkatraman, and I would like to introduce the practitioner who's holding the light for us this morning, Brian Atkins. And by holding the light, we know that he's holding the consciousness, the high consciousness for this service this morning. So I'd like to welcome you all to February. Who can believe it's the first Sunday of February? And because it's the first Sunday, we have our basic beliefs today at 12:30 in Emerson. The Divine Connection group will be meeting outside after service in the garden. And today, as part of the season for nonviolence, we have a peace fair. And it is, there are several tables in the family room, and they have information on events and workshops and movies. And because we are holding the peace fair today, Cafe on the Lake is here, and of course, they would have something like, I can't believe it's a vegan peace burrito with homemade guacamole. So, it's that time of year. Deep meditation is back. We're going to have it once a month on Monday night, and it starts this week, 6:30. Also on Monday at 6 o'clock, Ida Green is teaching a class on how to develop and grow your intuition. Tuesdays, get the name of this class, guys. How to raise your vibration to attract miracles. Wow, okay. Carolyn James. And on Wednesday night, we have our power-up service. Next Sunday, we have our vow renewal with Reverend Christian and Callie. And we have a workshop called Compassionate Communication with Jennifer Phillips. Now, I would like to invite the band to join me in some celebration.
Wait, guys, I don't think they know what's going on. I don't think they know. No, you have no idea, right? Okay, did you guys know that we're celebrating Seaside's 30th year this year? Yeah, that's what's happening. Did you also know that in the last 2 decades, Seaside has helped communities grow, not only locally, but also globally, by donating over $1 million? So let's put our hands together so that we can sing a real happy birthday. Ready? 1, 2. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Yeah! Uh-huh. Woo! So, here is our opportunity to leave our imprint here at Seaside. Together, we have created this beautiful, bountiful, and thriving community that we enjoy here today. If Seaside has assisted you in your growth and healing, and if you would like to play a part in the further expansion and healing of others for years to come, we invite you to add your name and blessing to the legacy by inscribing your blessing in a stone paver to be placed in our garden of love and healing. Each paver is $300, and remember, you are not only contributing to Seaside, we are contributing to communities around the world, because we contribute globally and locally. So together we have done this, so we can change by working together. And all you have to do is meet us at the table, get your paver today, and we can really celebrate. So I invite you to stand up so we can celebrate and greet your neighbors.
Hey everybody, let's all stay standing together as we sing. God is my source. I think we need to get Kat back up here to sing. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Love. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Come on, Bob. My source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need. One more. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
All right. Thank you, Danielle. Hey, good morning, Seaside. Woo, what a joy it is to be with you on this Super Sunday. Are you ready for a Super Sunday? The whole globe is celebrating today. I guess there are 100 million people that are about ready to celebrate with excitement that this truly is a Super Sunday. And I trust you are just in that joyous, celebratory kind of mood. I know Kat had us singing, celebrate. So, hey, there's a lot of good that's about to unfold here because you are here and your presence here makes a difference as to how this morning unfolds. So I'm grateful you're here. And know that you're welcome. You know, wherever you may be on your spiritual path, know that Seaside is just the ideal spot for you. And I encourage you to actually pull out your phone and check in on your Facebook or somewhere on your social media. Let people know where you are, that we got this rockin' Super Sunday happening at Seaside, and that it is a place of kindness and caring and compassion. It's without judgment. It's just we're loving each other where we are on this. And we have a wonderful dynamic community. And one of the things you don't get to see much of, but you heard about last week, because last Sunday was our annual meeting. Once a year, we report back to the membership and say, hey, this is where we are business. This is where we are with our vision. And you elect yourself a set of new trustees. And so what I want to do is invite up to the stage your new board chair, president of the trustees, actually not so new. He's so good they asked him to come back again. And this is your board president, Edwin Robinson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I want to get rocking and rolling because Super Sunday's here. Our new vice president, I'd like him to stand. Josh Franklin. There he is. Tina Lasasso Board is our secretary. She does a fantastic job. I'd like her to stand. Nikki Roter, one of our valuable members there. Tasha Manzano, I think she was here for the first service. She's also on the board and doing a really good job. And our newest member, Marty Klein. Come on up here one quick.
All right.
You are anointed. Board of Trustees.
All right. Thank you, Edwin. Woo. My goodness. Welcome, your wonderful board. I know it's a fabulous year that's in store for all of us. And one of the reasons is we continue to put prayer first always. And so to take us to a deeper place this morning with wonderful prayer is a wonderful practitioner. Held a party last night, so there weren't too many practitioners at the first service, but they're all here now, recovering from a great night. Please welcome Nancy Mills, part of our educational program.
Will you please join me in the silence? God is the source of all creation, the creator and the creation, infinite and eternal, always expressing, shining its light into every dark corner of the universe, everywhere, at all times. I am a part of this one, and I know that it is all that I am. I am its creation. I live within it, and it lives as me. And knowing this for myself, I know that it is true for everyone here. I know that each one of us is a part of that whole. We're one in the one, and so many together. There can be no other and no separation. So I know that today we were called here and to hear the insights and to receive the gifts of Spirit through the words and the music that are expressed here today. And I also know that we are so very blessed with God speaking to us from so many sources and so many people and so many places, always speaking to us. Listen. Listen.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know that you are. Be still and know that you are God. Be still and know. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know that we are. Be still and know that we are God. Be still and know.
Good morning. I'm Rebecca Venkatraman. Whoa, we got a different microphone this morning. And I am a senior in the School of Ministry here. I am a practitioner, and I am the director of Compassionate Care for Seaside. And I'd like to welcome you all here this morning. Wow, as I look out, I see all these new faces, and it's so exciting. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We know there's many places you could be on a Sunday morning, so we're grateful that you're here. We'd love to get to know you. Introduce yourself on your way out. We have a package for you in the back by the door. It's got some coupons for coffee and a muffin and our bookstore, and it also contains a CD. So thank you for spending your time with us. In February, we always focus on the season for nonviolence. And so this morning, in true fashion, Christian asked me, hey, find some good news stories. Okay. So I spent the week researching that, guys, and I did find some good news stories to share with you. And the first one I'd like to tell you about is that for the first time in a century, the humpback whales are back in the New York Harbor. And not just on a rare occasion, but enough that they're now scheduling sighting tours. They're taking people out. So that's just marvelous. The second story I'd like to share with you is about a New Jersey man. His name is John Leibowitz. He's a father of 3, and he went to Disney World last summer. He wore a t-shirt that said, in need of a kidney transplant, type O positive. If you might know anyone who might be a match, please call. And his phone number was on the shirt. Juan Valdal saw the shirt and said, hey, could I post this on Facebook? And he said, yeah, I guess so. So while he walked around the park for 3 days, his phone did not stop ringing. There were 90,000 shares. He got a call from a man named Rich Sully, the father of 2 from Indiana. He said, I'm O positive, and I have an extra kidney, and you're welcome to it. And last week, they did the transplant, and it was a success. A man riding on the train in Israel was on his way to work, and there was a pretty young girl next to him, and she was dressed as a soldier. And she was on the phone, and she was really distraught. She was talking to the electric company. You know how that feels. And she was saying, I know I owe you $500, but I'm the sole support of my young family. And you've turned my power off, and I don't know what to do. And the gentleman in the seat next to her said, could I please have your phone? And he got on it, and he took out his credit card, and he paid her bill. And this morning, we're celebrating Super Bowl Sunday. A man named Roy Cohn in Kansas City received a life-changing bone marrow transplant from an anonymous NFL player. And today, 2 years later, he received tickets to attend the Super Bowl to meet this mystery donor. And now, from this place of open heart and love, I ask you to join me in prayer treatment. I know there's one source of good in the universe. That source is God, timeless, changeless, and ever-present, all courage and wisdom. I know that where I stand is holy ground, for God and I are one. I affirm my oneness with infinite intelligence. I am the voice of truth. Spirit speaks through me as me. God's mind is the mind that I use now. And what I know for me, I know for each person within the sound of my voice. Each is an aspect of the Creator, perfect, whole, and complete. Perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect right loving relationships, perfect career, perfect home, perfect family. I call forth the highest good for myself and each person now, knowing we are divinely guided to those who have our highest and best for us. Knowing that peace comes in and fills all areas of our life. I know that each person here is here to hear the words of peace from Reverend Christian, to be uplifted, to be blessed, to be guided to the next step. And I am thankful for this opportunity to be of service. I am thankful for the truth that illuminates my being, and I am thankful for the healing that happens right here, right now, in all areas. And in this perfect moment in time, I release my word to the law of mind, knowing it is already done, and so it is. Amen.
All right. Thank you so much for that good news, Rebecca. That is great news. I also have good news for you this morning. Our special guest artist today is incredible. He is a dear, dear friend. He's been a great inspiration to me. I know you're going to be very moved by his music this morning. Would you please welcome Ken Turner?
Thank you to Danielle, another one of my singing buddies down through the years. I'm glad to be back here at Seaside. Good morning, everyone. This first song, go ahead, guys, you can get it started. It's going to require some audience participation. Similar to like a Simon Says, I sing it, then you sing it, but I'll tell you when it comes up, okay? Listen. Through you the blind will see, through you the mute will sing, through you the dead will rise, through you all hearts will praise, through you the darkness flees, through you my heart screams, I am free, yes I am free. I am free to run. You sing. I hear you. I am free to dance. I am free. Okay. I am free to live for you. I am free. One more time. I am free to run, you sing.
I am free to run.
I am free to dance.
I am free to dance.
I am free to live for you.
I am free to live for you.
I am free. I got another verse right here. Stay there. Through you the blind will see, through you the mute will sing, through you the dead will rise, through you all hearts will praise, through you the darkness flees, through you my heart screams, I am free. Yes, I am free to run, you sing.
I am free to run.
I am free to dance.
I am free to dance.
I am free to live for you.
I am free to live for you.
Yes, I am free. I am free. I am free to run.
I am free to run.
I am free to dance.
I am free to dance.
I am free to live for you.
I am free to
Repeat
live
this part
for
too.
you.
I say, I am free. You say, I am free. You say, I am free.
I am free.
Yeah, yeah. Take it away. One more time. I am free to run.
I am free to run.
I am free to dance.
I am free to dance.
I am free to live for you.
I am free to live for you.
Yes, I am free.
I am free.
Yes, we are free.
We are free.
Yeah, I am free to run. Yeah,
I am free to run.
I am free to dance.
I am free to dance.
I am free to live for you.
I am free
Yeah.
to live for you.
Yes, I am free.
I am free.
Yes, I am free.
I am free.
Yeah. Come on. We are free. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I am free. I am free. I am free. Yeah. We're free. Yeah. Woo.
That is Ken Turner. Woo! What a wonderful song. I am free. Oh my goodness, what a high spiritual quality. As you've heard, Ernest Holmes mentions the word freedom 6 times in the opening page of the Science of Mind, as we learned last month, right? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I think that's the ultimate spiritual quality, and peace helps us to get there. And what we are doing here at Seaside is we are joining communities across the globe over the next 2 months to participate in what has been called the Season for Nonviolence. It is 64 days, which is why it's a season that begins, actually, we launched it here at Seaside Wednesday night with the interfaith service. How many of you were there? Oh, there was more than that. Anyway, it was fabulous. We had all sorts of ministers and speakers in, and just it was a powerful experience. But the season starts on January 30th, which commemorates this year. It would be the 70-year anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination. And it goes for 64 days, and it commemorates the anniversary. And it would be the 50-year anniversary now of Martin Luther King on April 4th. And so in that period of time, our intention is to just educate ourselves in how to bring forth peace. You know, Gandhi's big movement was Satyagraha, and that is really loosely translated. It's translated in a lot of ways, but just loyal to the truth. It is being loyal, and Gandhi was inspired by our guy, Thoreau, with civil disobedience, and Gandhi influenced Martin Luther King with the civil rights movements, as well as Mandela and the apartheid situation that was going on over there. And so this movement, called the Season for Nonviolence, started in the backyard of Arun Gandhi, along with some of our buddies from the Association for Global New Thought, having a barbecue, and said, what can we really do to honor these legends? And they came up with this concept of the season that began in 1998, hence the 20-year anniversary, with a launch at the UN. And what has happened is it continued to pick up momentum. It's a grassroots movement, which means there is no central organization around this whole thing. It is the people that says, you know what? There is a way to peace that doesn't have to do with violence. There is a way to peace that Gandhi and King had talked about. And in 2013, the Dalai Lama has lent his name to the Season for Nonviolence. And somebody asked His Holiness about, it's often said that you don't hate the Chinese communists who have systematically created destruction of Tibet. And his response was, yes, they have destroyed Tibet. They have destroyed our temples. They have burned our sacred texts. They have ruined our communities. They have taken away our freedom. But I'll tell you what, I refuse to let them take my peace of mind. Talk about someone, it's in the Dhammapada, which is the words of the Buddha, supposedly, he says, the one who conquers thousands in battle is one thing, but another is one who is able to conquer himself. That's the greatest victory. So, in support of some of those thoughts, there's this wonderful book by Jack Kornfield. I love this writer. This particular book I'm reading from is called The Wise Heart. And Kornfield, he graduated from Dartmouth College with majors in Asian studies, became a Buddhist monk through Thailand, Burma, India. He got his PhD in clinical psychology. And so he's really brought forth the meditation practices. And he addresses this, I think, very succinctly. About peace, he says, so does this mean that we can't respond strongly? King and Gandhi showed a pretty strong, fierce approach to peace. This is what he said, no. Sometimes we need to get up, shout out the truth, march, protest, or do whatever is necessary to protect our life and the lives of others. The great exemplars of nonviolence, such as Gandhi and Martin Luther King, were strategic and skilled in this way. They rallied the people. They used the courts. They broke the law. They blocked the way. They negotiated. They moved forward and back. They found allies. They used money, power, shame, speeches, politics, all to stand up for what was right. But they did not act out of hate or violence. And we too can seek justice, yet to do so with a loving heart. So the Buddha urges us to let go of our anger and extreme difficulties. You can find his words. Here's another Dhammapada. It says, he abused me and beat me and threw me down and robbed me. You repeat these thoughts and you'll live in hate. He abused me. He beat me. He threw me down and robbed me. Abandon those thoughts and live in love. In this world, hatred never ceased hatred, but by love alone it is healed. This is the ancient law. So often when there's something we feel like we must do, there's an urgency. But peace is not allowing yourself to get caught up in the urgency with a sense of desperateness. Is being able to keep a calm and composure. Because I'll tell you, we have all been to that place where we've had our backs against the wall, where we have experienced a pain and a trauma that is significant. A 49-year-old, after working the same employment for 20 years, was given a week's worth of severance pay and a handshake of a thank you. The young couple having one of their little babies crawling around the house, and one of them dies. Someone who has been abused, or someone who has been told by a doctor a verdict or a prognosis that's not very positive. These are life-changing, traumatic moments that all of us have faced at one time or another that have rearranged our life. They happen. But the question will come to, eventually, and what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now with this in your life? And you can continue to remain in that place and wonder, what am I going to do? Or you can decide, the rest of my life is going to be the best of my life, and I'm not going to identify with being a victim here, or the trauma, or the drama, or the harassment, or the failure, or the difficulty. I am going to cast a new vibration in my life. I am going to make a new choice and realize that what has happened in my life is not happening to me, but it is happening for me. And those disastrous moments that have rearranged my life are there to strengthen me, that I am to become stronger through the challenges or the trauma dramas of my life, and that my life is my gymnasium. And I get to figure out what it is I'm going to do with what's going on in my life, and I'm not going to give my power away to something that is outside of me. I'm going to claim the strength of who I am, and I'm going to realize that it is within consciousness all begins to change because I decide. I'm the one who gets to make a choice here. Am I going to quit, or am I going to get up and get going? It was Goethe, the German mystic, who said, when you learn to trust yourself, you'll know what to do with your life. When you learn to trust yourself, you'll know what to do in life, which I guess is the same as your life, but he said in life. When you learn to trust yourself, that's the key there. That is the key. That is, and it's going to take some work. And it's going to be tough sometimes. But is it worth it? Yeah, you get to decide, is it going to be worth it for you? I take a look at those guys in the Super Bowl. It was tough. They put in the work. But was it worth it? It was to them, wouldn't be to me. But it was worth it. You take a look at those Olympic athletes that are going to be racing down the mountain or sliding across the ice in a week. It was hard. And they put in work. But was it worth it? And it was to them. You get to make that decision as to what you're going to do. See, the choice comes to your consciousness, and you'll find peace as you begin to rest in that deep kind of assurance inside your being that, hey, this is what I need to do. And what you need to do isn't always what others are going to need to do. Being at the Super Bowl week, I got an email this week that said, my brother has 2 box seats at the Super Bowl. And he bought them for $2,500 each, which is actually cheap now because I think the standard seats are going for $3,500, which I don't get. It's the highest in the history of the game. But then when people pay $5 million for a commercial spot on the Super Bowl, I guess seats could be worth $3,500. Anyway, email went on to say, my brother, when he bought these tickets last year, didn't realize that when he set up his wedding, that was the same day as the Super Bowl. It said, I need some help here. Is there anyone who can stand in for me? The wedding's at 3 o'clock in New Orleans at Temple Chapel. She's 5'5". Her name's Jasmine Green, 138 pounds, and she's the one wearing the white dress. What's worth it to you? What's going to bring you peace in your actions, in your expression? I don't know how true that story is, but here is a true Super Bowl story. Yours was beautiful, Rebecca, but there's just amazing stories out there, and this one comes from a Minnesota Vikings fan. And those of you who are unfamiliar, the last game to see who gets in the Super Bowl was the Minnesota Vikings, and they were a sure win to go through the Philadelphia Eagles. The Super Bowl, for the first time in the history of the game, looked as if it's going to be in Minnesota. The first time that the home team actually is from the city it is in. Everybody was excited for this. This guy won in a raffle 2 Super Bowl tickets, and his Minnesota Vikings got crushed by the Philadelphia Eagles, like 38-7 or something like that. It was big. And so he was so devastated, he said, I refuse to go to the Super Bowl. He lives in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. He had 2 tickets. He said, I'm going to give them away. And so what he did is he found a story online of a 13-year-old junior high kid in 8th grade who has been battling neuroblastoma, a cancer, since he was the age of 3. This kid loves football. It's too weak not strong enough to play football. So they allow him to help manage or coach this team. It made the news that week, and it was in Philadelphia. And this guy was so moved, he called up an organization called Spare Key, which makes dreams come true for kids. He gave the tickets to Spare Key, and on Monday, they delivered the 2 free tickets to this 13-year-old in Philadelphia to go watch his Eagles in Minnesota. Yeah. And sometimes you're just moved by spirit. You don't have to question it. You find the peace when you say, I'm going to listen inside. It tells me to do that. It may not be logical, but I'm willing to speak my truth. You ever sat like at a table with a bunch of people and you're sharing your truth and it's like, boom. And they're looking at you and you feel, well, maybe I need to change. They're kind of powerful folks, position. No. You don't need to change up your truth and your word. You offer up who you are and what you got to share with the world. This is the food, and those that are hungry that will partake of what it is you have to offer you get to. And if you get up, you walk away, not because they're powerful or authority, but because you are walking with power and authority in your life that you have come to share a truth. That's how you live at a sense of peace. You share who you are and how it comes through you in your unique expression. You don't apologize. You want to experience peace, you got to be in integrity with who you are in life. That is the way it works. This is me, guys. I always enjoyed this story. You probably, maybe, I don't know, you heard about the monk who lived on the edge of the town, the outskirts of town. People just loved him. They adored him. Wonderful gift you are to a community. They come and they leave him these gifts and just say these wonderful things. And he say, oh, is that so? He didn't like suck it up. And at one time there was this young woman in town, young girl, and out of wedlock she became pregnant, and she lived at home, and there was a lot of trauma around that experience. Who's the father, who's that? And she finds out it's the monk at the monastery. Just cruel kind of thing. And so the whole town turned on this monk, this old man, this dirty old man. How could he? He trusted in all that stuff. And he lived with that. And he just said, is that so? A couple years later, the father of this child that was now born came back, and he had stepped away from the town because he couldn't take care of his fiancée, if you would, and learned a new trade and came back and now could take care of her and said, I have returned to take care of my family. The father of the family probably still wasn't too pleased, but better than the previous story. And they welcomed him back, and they went back to the monk and said, oh, we are so sorry. Please forgive us. You are wonderful. You are a gift. And he said, oh, so is it so? So is it. It's like, well, whatever. It kind of comes and goes. It's just what's important for you to find peace is not to be bloated by the praise or look for being honored. You continue to be who you are, and your journey of expressing that is the peace. I'm sure I've shared the story here. I've had people come through the door, Christian, man, you're wonderful. Oh my goodness, it's magnificent. Is like, and I would say, hey, it's not me, it's God. And this one lady said, well, it wasn't that good. One gets humbled real quick, in this. And so you get to decide, what path am I taking? Am I looking for the praise and the recognition, or am I just expressing who I am? Because the peace comes in our life when I am just following that truth that is within me, and I am just committed to this. I'm loyal to the truth, the Satyagahara of Gandhi. If I got to march, if I got to move, if I got to speak, if I got to stand for this, I am willing to do this because this is what is in my soul. And I find peace by standing in this. You're just one thought away from peace if you're in the midst of a conflict in your life. Gandhi said that there is no path to peace. Peace is the path. Is right. He's not the only one. Martin Luther King said that peace is just not the goal you seek. It is the means by which you achieve your goal. You get that? It's being true. It's being at peace. It's being at integrity. It's about being in the flow. It's not giving your power away, whether they're thinking or the worry or the concern or the difficulty or the struggle that is going on there. I'm worrying. People say, I don't daydream, but I worry. Well, worry is daydreaming, guys. Don't you get that? If you're filled with anxiety, that's daydreaming. How are you going to turn around? Tama Keeves, who spoke here, we're trying to get her back again this year. She's come out with a new book. It's called Thriving Through Uncertainty. And she said she is one who who spent her whole life negotiating with worry. It's like, yeah. And she said, well, she just wanted to be prepared. So she would run this horrific scenario through her head 100 times. And it's all of a sudden, you make it so real. That which you look at and see is the life you begin to live and to express yourself. But she says she just wanted to be prepared. And finally she got to the point, you got to give up that practice. I mean, she takes a lot of road trips, she says, and being prepared is making sure you have a spare tire, air in that spare tire, the information about your insurance. But it's not trying to figure out how you would escape the scenario if you had a flat tire on the side of the road and night started to fall and your car broke down right next to a high security federal prison where there was an escaped serial killer who loves brunettes. You don't need to go there. Why do you need to run that kind of, how do you stay at peace if you're running that kind of stuff through your head? You got to find a sense of calm. You're one thought away from that peace in your life, in your world. One thought. You can give it to anxiety and let it pull you down that rabbit hole, or you can go with a sense of peace. She talks about peace, not peace, calm. She likes calm. Calm is the new black. It's like just prefers her pilots and emergency room doctors to be calm. Yeah? Not drooling calm. Centered calm. Yeah? The story you're running through your field of awareness is the life you get to live. That's what you get to create. That's what you get to put out there. And so this is why in the season of peace, we're saying focus on peace. Focus on that. Now, the season of nonviolence is based upon the Gandhian principles of being loyal to your truth. And so it's picked up the name peace and nonviolence, or nonviolence and peace. That's why we knock it around. But, being true to the thing is about being in integrity with not being violent to yourself. It's taking charge with your thoughts. I do yoga. I shared with you, I do it down the street at Yoga Tropics where they heat the room up to, 250 or something. I don't know. But the reason I do it, because this is about as close as I can come to the ground when I bend over. My muscles don't seem to stretch without some intense heat to help loosen them up a little bit. And it's good detox and all those kind of things. But we go through a regular flow of yoga postures, and we get to this one where you're lying on the ground. I forget really the name of it, but the ultimate is those who can do it real good, which is only the yoga instructor. Is you're lying on on the ground with your arms tucked underneath yourself like a volleyball bump, and it hurts a lot. Your shoulders, your arms, everything is just painful. And then you're supposed to lift your legs up and bend your spine absolutely the opposite way that your spine bends. Not this way, but the other way, so your feet come up over your head and they make like a scorpion kind of thing. Sounds simple, except the spine doesn't bend that way. So your legs are sticking out. And so when she says that it's time to get into that posture, my body instantly texts the brain. Pain in 5, 4, 3, 2. And then she says, and just imagine that this is the easiest posture you have ever done. And it's in that moment of suggestion that my body relaxes and it's like, let's go. It may not be the easiest posture, but I come to clearly recognize the difference of the consciousness around a particular embrace of an experience in our life. And so we get to decide, how am I going to be with this? How am I going to allow it to move in my life and in my body and in my experience? So you get to decide, what you're going to hold on to in consciousness. You have got this container, and I get it's hard to let go of the old stuff so there can be new flow coming into your life. That whole story of old skins, why, it's like we defend our position. And if we like our position, and it's a beautiful thing, I get that, but there's got to be room for the new expression of that spirit to come in with the fresh breath and the fresh wine and the fresh energy and that which is new and uplifting and revitalizing. I don't care where you are on your spiritual path or how many times you have been around the sun. It's one thing to feel a sense of comfort, but it's also another thing to create the space for the new wine to begin to expand your experience in the realm of God. But what happens is we hold on to a position, we hold on to the prognosis of the doctor or what the bank says or the trauma that I had, and it doesn't bring a sense of peace. It may bring a sense of familiarity, which can be comfortable, but we find greater comfort when we are expressing ourselves in our new way, in our new environment, not looking for the feedback that, hey, you did good, but rather this is who I am in this new way. And when things appear different to that wonderful flow, you are then given the opportunity to be in that gymnasium of life, to stretch yourself into a new kind of way and say, okay, this is an appearance that is going on in my world, and it says I'm comfortable and I really don't need to grow here. I'm fine at this point in my life. Or it can be something that is traumatic that has brought you to your knees and you're crying out, just help me, Spirit, love, something. Whatever that is, if we begin to remember the allness of Spirit, and all the religions, at least most of them, will talk about the allness of God, but this is the important differentiation between most of the religions and our philosophy, is that we don't bring the allness of God up against the appearance. We don't draw the allness of God in relation to the appearance of what's not working. What we focus on is the allness of Spirit, the fullness, the health, the wholeness, the glory, the good, the abundance, the light, the life, the wisdom, the joy, the relationships, the magic, all of that. That is where we put our attention, not that in relation to the appearance. The appearance cannot remain in the field of that divine expression in our life. And as peace begins to find its home in your field of experience and awareness, it's like, if you ever sat next to a mountain lake after a tumultuous thunderstorm and everything was wild, and then it's gone, and there's a gentleness in the air. Yet the air is alive, it's dynamic. There's a freshness and a crispness that is just vibrantly hasn't been there. That is what it feels like to have peace begin to birth itself in you. And the way for your prayers to go is to allow them to come from a vision of harmony with that. From a sense of knowing that which I've been entrusted with, I can do. I can go out there and express that. But Christian, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. But I don't want to look back in my life and say, I wish if I only had tried a little bit harder. I want to be able to put it out there 110% now. If you're willing to go for it all now and put 110% in your expression of what it is that is true to your soul and your spirit, a few years from now, you're not going to be sitting there wondering, I wonder if I could have just put in a little bit more. Because most give up on in the red zone, in the 90-yard, when you get close to the goal. But, trying to stick with Super Bowl analogies here, guys. When you have something that goes on in your life, you ask yourself, here's an exercise. You can write this down and remember this. But when you have an event or an activity that transpires, there's three things. Ask yourself, did it bring forth a sense of inner peace? Did it bring forth a sense of outer peace? And if not, what could I have thought or said or done differently to bring about a sense of peace here? What if I had given 110% now? Because if you go home and you look in that mirror, and you call forth your 18-year-old, and you look at that eyes of that 18-year-old of you in the mirror, looking back at you, would they be proud of what you have accomplished thus far in life? Will you have fulfilled the vision of that 18-year-old who's looking out at you? Try that and live in alignment with that, and you will find peace. God bless you in this season. Hey, let's keep it going as we bring Ken Turner back to our stage.
good, you are good when there's nothing good in me. You are love on display for all to see. You are light when the darkness closes in. You are hope, you have covered all my sin. You are true, even in my wandering. You are peace when my fear is crippling. You are joy, you're the reason that I sing. You are life, in you death has lost its sting. And oh, I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. You are more than my words will ever say. You are Lord, all creation will proclaim. You are here, in your presence I'm made whole. You are God, of all else I'm letting go. And oh, I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. My heart will sing, we will proclaim. Spirit, Spirit, my heart will sing, we will proclaim. Spirit, Holy Spirit, my heart will sing, we will proclaim. Spirit, Spirit, my heart will sing, we will proclaim. Spirit, Spirit, and oh, I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. 'Cause nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. I'm running to your arms, I'm running to your arms. The riches of your love will always be enough. Nothing compares to your embrace. Light of the world, forever reign. My heart will sing, no other name. Spirit, Spirit, my heart will sing.
we will proclaim. Spirit, Woo. Woo. Thank you. That is Ken Turner. Woo. Spirit. Oh, I loved it. Gave me chills on that one, Ken. Nice job, man. Woo. All right. Hey, this is the time of our service where we have the opportunity to unite together in our givingness and the sharing of our love and our offering. And as we share our gift, what happens is we allow ourselves to be in that receptive mode. We have put ourselves into that stream. We allow that law of circulation to bring back and reciprocate into our experience ever expanding kinds of ways. But we are the ones who have to make the conscious choice to break free of the previous parameters or the old wineskins or the bottles or whatever it is we've been operating in and say, okay, Spirit, here I am. I'm just part of this wonderful expression of life that is bringing forth a greater expression of God. And so listen to your heart and allow your gift to be one of gratitude and thankfulness for the Spirit that is alive in your life, and in particular showing up at Seaside at this time in your world. And so with that, I want to invite our ushers to come forward as we do take our gifts from our heart and our soul. And just know that it is a gift of love and appreciation, and just it's a beautiful statement and declaration. And I want to say thank you to this wonderful crew. You guys are just beautiful. Thank you. And those who mail in your contributions when you cannot be here on a Sunday, it is greatly appreciated, as well as a big shout out to the 226 auto tithers at Seaside, those that regularly and systematically give their gift to Seaside on that basis. And those of you at home, your gifts are coming in like never before, and so a big shout out to you. And I continue to hear news stories of people that can't be here on a Sunday, but are able to watch it at home, or they're going through a difficult time, and Spirit continues to be there. We got someone going in for spinal operation this week, and she says she'll be watching us next week from home. And so that's the kind of difference these live streams are making. So I want to share this prayer of gratitude because it is a moment of gratitude and appreciation, really to the most generous of spiritual communities, that this blessed moment of expanding good, of wonderful flow, that I'm able to take off whatever has been the cap and allow myself to just be the jet stream for the divine. For God in his full glory pours forth through each and every one of us at the level of our action. We get to be the activity that Spirit is having, and we are that tap into that inexhaustible reservoir of ever greater good, and we get to decide through our actions the level in which it shows up in our life. You cannot outgive the infinite, the allness of Spirit compared to nothing. It's just the allness, the divine, the abundance, the truth, the love, the freedom, and the security and the peace that comes from knowing that it has already all been provided, that it is through my actions I become receptive to that expanding good. So with joy, I take that which has blessed my life, and with joy and love, I send it forth back into this world, knowing it touches and blesses and enriches all those it comes in contact with. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this opportunity to share this love. And so it is. Amen. And together let us say this affirmation of abundance, which is, Spirit continues to bless my world. Gratefully, I live as the giving expression of Spirit, opening the floodgates of that affluent flow of greater good as my life now. I was getting so excited with our kids there. Hey, those are the guys from Seaside. Nice job. Bob Mathis on the horns. That's Pat on the drums. Harley on the bass. And that is Max on the Paul Lloyd Warner Busendorfer. Great job, guys. And so as I stand before this bounty, I can feel the outpouring, the love and the grace and the beauty for the wonderful expression the divine has its way in this moment. For the fullness of Spirit unfolds its expression of abundance and good through each and every one of us, and we become that wonderful vortex for that infinite good to have its way. And so that which is blessed and graced our world, we share that vibration with the world, and this gift that's been given to Seaside, we accept in love, we handle in good stewardship, and we put it forth back into the wonderful flow, bringing greater good to everyone in life. So it is. Amen. All right. This is Nikki. She is newly elected onto the Board of Trustees. Not that you're new, you put in some time, but congratulations to your new 3-year term. We appreciate you. Ken Turner, thank you very much. You know, you're the first guest artist that Rebecca ever brought to Seaside, so it's good to see you back again. Woo. Danielle, you're always a blessing to us. Thank you for your love and your guidance in the musical and artistic expression here on Sunday mornings. Rebecca V, you got a few more months. You got the graduation come June. Thank you for your support here on Sundays and the Compassionate Care Ministry you guide here at Seaside. Giving us sound today is Steve Grant. Giving us the visuals is Marv. And big shout out of appreciation for the Crawford streaming crew. It's touching a lot of people, so we're glad you're there. Hey, I want to tell you, after service today, we got a lot this peace fair that's going on here. There's tables with all sorts of activities, and grab a bite to eat at Cafe on Lake. You know, the no kidding vegan burritos being offered up, so grab a bite there, or stop in for the basic beliefs of Science of Mind. Ginny and Dennis Mills have been teaching this basic ideas of art philosophy for a long time, so that's available. Take a look at the classes. Item, is your class still open? Can people join you? Yeah, if they want to develop a greater intuition, your class, I heard, was pretty full. So come see Ida Green on that. Or Carolyn James is offering a class on how to up your vibration so you can attract more. So that's going on this week. And let's see, next Sunday, between services, 10:20, we're renewing wedding vows. So if you have a beloved, you want to look into your eyes and say, I do, again and again and again. It is a wonderful time. And bring your young ones so they can witness it. It's a great gift for the young ones to be able to see their parents say, I love you. And so... also, paver, stop in, pick up a paver. You heard Kat sing to us. If that was not the gutsiest thing I've seen this morning, bless your heart, Kat. That would just make me want to buy a paver to there. But anyway, it looks like Easter. There's so many today. How fun to see all of you here. You guys are so special to me. It's like, wow. Anybody want to talk this morning? Oh, yes. We'll go first here, then there. How's that? And
we made,
you made peace signs?
no, peace medallions.
Oh, peace medallions. Lily, that's beautiful. That's gorgeous.
And
Yeah.
we colored on the back.
You're an artist. Thank you.
We made peace medallions.
Yeah, you did. Phoenix, did you want to say something? Come on up. Okay, I'll come over there. Yes, Phoenix.
We made peace medallions.
Oh, you did?
And we put pictures on the back
Oh.
that makes us like peace.
Wow, that looks like you. You're an artist.
We colored pictures that were hearts and stuff.
Wow.
On the back, we made what makes us happy, and that's peace to us.
Wow. Does peace make you happy?
What?
Does peace make you happy? Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, we're going to leave you a peaceful world. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Good. Boy, my heart is full. We're doing good, guys. We're doing good. Yes. Oh, gosh. Together, let's say our affirmation. We see you. We love you, and we support you in your magnificence. One more time. We see you, we love you, and we support you in your magnificence. Yes. So with that said, I want to pray. I want to invite any of our religious science practitioners to stand as our hearts continue to be open and blessed by these children and inspired by the love and knowing that peace does prevail. Not only in consciousness, but within all space, in the allness of spirit. That peace, that love, that harmony, that divine in sync vibration, the totality of it all. It is within this space that I come to recognize the truth of myself, which is the same for each and every one, and that is spirit. That our life continues to be the expression of spirit that is moving through our individual lives in ways that are right and relevant and real. That truly with God all things are possible. And the possibility of the divine moves in this moment and expresses in our physical body as well as the world in which we walk and live and express. For we have been called to a world for a time such as this, and we have been given everything that is necessary to express those gifts and finding the guts and the courage and the tenacity to go forward. It's hard sometimes, but it's worth it. For each of us has been called to share that light and that gift, the words of truth of greater possibilities in the realm of appearances and illusions that point to the contrary. Those are the physical things that are going on in life that can happen in our body, in our world of affairs, upon the planet, with our friends, in a business. Those are the ways of this world of cause and effect and up and down. But in the spiritual realm, it is pure divine. And nothing but spirit can remain. And as we continue to allow that to fill our mind and to rehearse that within our field of awareness, what begins to manifest for each and every one of us is the divine expression of wholeness in ways that are relevant, that the body is the temple of God and it knows how to heal itself, and the innate intelligence in every cell, every tissue, every organ, every fiber of the physical being responds to its innate blueprint of wholeness. Because I've just chosen to recognize the divine vibration of being. Not because I'm trying to tell it to do anything, but because I have surrendered my old skin, my bottles of whatever, and just opened up for the greater consciousness and the greater awareness. And I begin to see as Spirit sees, and I see my world unfold with an ease and a grace, recognizing all those streams of support. I find my life source with the revenue that is necessary to be able to do the work I am desiring of my heart and soul to share with this life. I find living in a sense of success and fulfillment and contentment and joy, the natural state of this God expression. And it's in this vibration that anything unlike it falls away. That the world is a beautiful reflection of an evolving, emerging, expressing heart. And the relationships are magical and wonderful and integrous and just deep in integrity and joy and honesty and love. And two souls uniting in a greater vision of the possibility. And together we add to the emerging consciousness of this community. Every member of Seaside is able to experience that greater conscious connection with Source. Every member, every friend, every guest that has walked through these doors continues to be blessed by this divine vibration that is omnipresent, omnilocational, is everywhere. And so we contribute to the consciousness of this nation that peace is possible, that spirit prevails in all things, and we add to the collective consciousness of this planet of the wholeness and the balance and the peace and the love and one human family of brothers and sisters and the embrace of the diversity and the unique expressions, for we live in this world as equal expressions of the divine. I'm grateful to not only recognize that, but to be that expression. So thank you, Spirit, for this moment of divine revelation, seeing as Spirit sees and knowing the spiritual truth and living in peace with this resonant field within my soul and spirit, being charged to find the courage and the guts to get up and get going with that which is mine to do. I let go of the concern and just sit with a sense of appreciation and gratitude for the words we have shared. They're the truth that are manifesting here and now, and I let go. It's not my doing. I surrender my way to thy way, to God's way, to Spirit. And just allow that Spirit to emerge in this moment. So with unshakable conviction, I let go. Let God. So it is.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. And this is what you've got to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on, Seaside, let's hear it. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yeah.
And before affirmation, take a look at the peace things that are going on at Seaside. Next Sunday after service, Jennifer Phillips is doing compassion and communication. The week after that, we're doing Peace Rocks, and it continues for the next month or two. So check it out. But right now, let's say, I am an expression of peace. Together, I am an expression of peace. Touch your heart and say it again. I am an expression of peace. One more time. I am an expression of peace. And our song of grace.
I'm living in love, I'm living in peace, I'm living my life for what I believe, through joys and through fears. In this world I walk, God's grace shines on me, and it shines on us all. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We are living in grace. We're living in love. We're living in peace. United we stand as one family. We honor all truth as together we walk. God's grace moves through me, and it moves through us all. We are living in grace. 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 Yeah. Have a great week, everyone.